You can get it. Marvelous.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. And look. Yo, it's time. It is time for the Rogue/Jank tier list. Look, a lot of people was upset with my meta tier list because a lot of their jank shit wasn't in pretty much the whole entire tier list for the, cream of the crop meta. Hey, it is what it is, and that's the reason why I'm bringing you the best of the best jank/rogue leaders in the game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So welcome back, but look, before we start, let's just take a look at all the leaders we have. We are covering every single jank leader in the game, and there's also one more thing I need to tell you. Every single one of these leaders are actually terrible. Dog shit. We actually compare every single one of these leaders in the actual meta tier list that we did last week. Every single one of these are in dog water. So before you guys start, coming into the comments saying Sanji should be shice and Magellan should be shice, bro, every single one of these decks are trash, okay? That's just the truth. There's no results, there's nothing with it. So if you guys do feel like something else should be higher on the list, instead of bitching saying, oh, this should be here, tell me the reason why it should be at a higher placing, okay? Just don't come in the comments being like people off Twitter and Reddit just sounding like a whole bitch, bro. Ain't nobody got time to be doing that. But with all that said, let's go ahead and get straight into the tiers here. We have Shice, we have A1, we have Brazy, we have Cold, and we have Dog Water. If you guys are brand new to my channel and this is the first video you are seeing and you guys do not know what any of these rankings are, let's go all the way back up to the top. Shice is pretty much the cream of the crop. These are the best decks of the format. I wouldn't say format, but of the Rogue/Jank format. And these Shice decks are the decks that you can actually take into a tournament and compete with all the super meta decks such as the Blackbeard, Purple Luffy, Blue Doffy, BY Luffy, those type of decks. These are the decks that can compete with all the topping decks that you see in the meta. So that's pretty much what Shice is. Next we got A1, which is tier 1. Next we got Brazy is tier 2. Cold is tier 3. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we are doing Rogue/Jank. If your deck is in this dog water slot, just don't even fucking play it. I don't even know why you want to play it, because that means this deck is actually trash.
Trash! Know your fucking place, trash. Fucking robots.
Okay, it's just literally just trash. Do not play it. And like I said earlier in the video, if you guys think something should be higher, because I'm gonna tell you right now, all these Shice ones are going to be correct. Everything else is just my personal opinion. None of these decks have topped any showings, just off of my personal experience playing against these decks. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get straight into it. First deck we got is our Green Odin. I put this in Brazy. This is a pretty decent rogue jank deck in my opinion. I just don't like the fact that this deck really revolves around having an extra body on the board for this whole entire leader effect to really just do anything. I'm not really a fan of it. And also it's the green side of cards. Green and red are some of the most weakest cards if you're not built to use green or red. Okay, so I mean, Odin's good, but I don't think it's really that powerful. Like I said, I really don't like having a deck revolve around a character on board. It pretty much hinders your whole entire way you play, or if there's like board removal as well. Next deck we have right here is Boa. Boa, it is blue. It does use the same exact package as Doffy. So if I had to rank it, I'll put it in A1. Main reason I'm putting A1 because of the 7 Warlord package. Out of the structure deck, Blue Doffy and Boa use the same exact package, but Blue Doffy is just a little bit better at spamming the board in my personal opinion. It's not in Shice because there's literally 0 tops with Boa. I'm not sure it's because people would rather just play Doffy instead of Boa, or Boa is just really just not that good, to be honest with you guys. But the fact, another reason why I am putting Boa right here is for the board removal. Any blue deck that can play Red Rock/Gravity Blade with a pudding is always probably going to be in A1 or possibly Brazy, okay? And that's just because of the support. And that goes for the rest of these decks too. Any decks that just have some crazy crack support is going to be higher just because it does have that support, okay? So let's go ahead and get straight to the next deck. Next deck we have is Magellan. I'm gonna be real with you, this shit's going in dog water. Do not use it, it's trash. Just look, the art is trash too, don't even use it. Blue green Sanji is also trash. Do not use this, it's dog water. Like I said earlier, I'm not gonna really cover these too much, okay? So if you guys don't see a card over here on the right side, there should be a card right here. If If you guys don't see a card and it's in dog water, that's why. Because if this shit's in dog water in a rogue or jank tier list, that means you probably should stay far away of it. Now, Hannibal's pretty shiesty. Look, Hannibal is really, really good. If you guys don't know what Hannibal does, you may return one of your cost 2 or greater impelled down characters to your hand, set up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck is active. So this is a really good ramping deck. But the main reason why this color combo is so good, because it is using the purple/blue side. OP09 is nothing but strong purple support, and blue already has a lot of crack shit, such as the pudding and the board removal of Gravity Blade and Red Rock. So very good deck. The only thing about this deck on why it's still in Brazy is I just think we just need more impel down support. I think that's really about it. Hannibal's a really good deck, but I just think we just need some support, and I think that's the reason why it is in Brazy. Now Kyros, I'm telling you right now, it's not good right now in OP09. I put it in cold. Definitely not dog water. It is somewhat still playable, but this will be more playable when OP10 comes around, just because of all the Testarossa cards coming out in OP10. So this will probably see a skyrocket in play in the next week or 2, because OP10 comes out next Friday for the East. So we have to see what happens with, you know, this particular leader, just because of the color combo. The combo black and yellow, my 2 favorite colors. Really, really shiesty ass combo. Another deck we have right here, I think it's A1. Very good deck in my opinion. Very good sleeper deck is Rebecca. Rebecca is just the color combos. The color combo, the blue-black combo, is very base. Last time we see a combo like this in the meta was Sakazuki, and it got banned. Rebecca has just an unlimited way of board removal. Okay, this deck thrives on board removal. It is an A1. I don't think it is in Shice. I haven't really seen this deck top at all, but in OP10, this deck, I think this deck literally shoots out of OP09's rogue/jank, and I think this might even be in the Brazy, in the regular tier list, because of all the support that OP10's bringing for Testarossa. Very base ass card. Kinema, that's definitely trash. VV, I'll put BV in cold. And these are in no particular order. Like I said, this is a jank tier list, so none of these decks have tops, so there is no order. There isn't going to be really any order, maybe for Shice, and that's it. But VV is definitely a decent color. It does get a little bit more support with red, with the Goldie, Roger, the Shanks in OP09, but in my personal opinion, VV, I don't know, I still just think it's in cold. It's not dog water, it is playable, but I will just put it in cold in my personal opinion. Definitely not in dog water. Now red green Luffy, dog water. Blue Croc, I'm putting this in dog water too. I have never seen, look, this is the thing too, I have never seen anybody at locals with these 2 decks, and I've never seen anybody on the sim play these 2 decks. I feel like these 2 decks are just not good. This does use the Warlord package, or can use the Warlord package, but you might as well just use this card right here. This card right here, this is look, this leader's trash. I even forgot the name of it. You'll see it on the screen. I forgot the name of this leader, but this thing is dog water as well. There's gonna be a lot of shit in dog water, because, you know, even though it's a rogue tier list, I'm not putting bullshit in my tier list. Fact, not opinion. Now the next deck we have is Whitebeard. I feel like Whitebeard's still in A1. It's not in Shice, just because, you know, I don't know. I feel like we have some other good red decks we could put in Shice at the moment, but Whitebeard, if you are a Whitebeard fan, it is still pretty decent. A lot of people was going crazy once Goldie Roger was announced, because everybody was saying once Goldie Roger comes out, Whitebeard's going to be cracked. Maybe Whitebeard is pretty shiesty. I don't know. We need to find a build that can really exploit all the brand new red cards coming to OP09. But in my personal opinion, I am putting Whitebeard in A1. Definitely a very strong deck. Yamato, is this in Shice? Is this our first Shice deck, gang? I'll put it in A1. I'll put it in A1 because you really don't see any Yamatos at all. Like I said, there's no Yamato that's top of it. If there was, I'm probably like maybe 1. I'm not really too sure about Yamato. I'll probably put Yamato at the top of A1 in my personal opinion, because it doesn't have any tops to any major Bandai event, but that double attack with a banish and just abusing all of the crazy yellow triggers, such as, you know, the Capone, the Frankie, the Onami, the Kiku. I mean, just this leader's still pretty shiesty in my opinion. It does use some of the green cards, such as the Hody Jones, the closeout games, the 9, or I think it's 9 or 10 drop Shanks. I'm not really too sure, but it's definitely, I feel like it might be the best A1 deck that we have here in the moment. Z, is playable. I'll put this in cold. You really don't see nobody playing Z, but like I said earlier, if the color combo is actually shice, it can't be in dog water just because of all the support. It does have the purple and black combo, so you do get to use a lot of the brand new purple cards, and black is just one of the best bow removing type of deck in the game, or color in the game, I'm sorry. Just being able to use that ʤank as well. Very shiesty ass deck, and I don't think it should be higher than anything else we have currently on the list. Next deck we have is Purple King. This shit is trash. We have Red Ace. Now Red Ace actually has a couple showings. This actually has to go on A1. Red Ace, a lot of people don't know, but Red Aces actually have a couple tournament showings in the OP09 meta right now. I think they only has one. It only has one top, so since it only has one top, it could go on shice, but I don't know. I have to see it more in the Bandai events, okay? So I think it's probably right behind Yamato right here, in my personal opinion. Iceberg, I'll probably put this in cold too. Iceberg, probably one of the most glorified jankiest deck out there. And the fact that, you know, Iceberg did get a whole bunch of support with purple in OP09, definitely a jank ass shit. Definitely a janky ass deck in my personal opinion. I just think, you know, Iceberg just needs more support. Next deck we have is Kuro. This shit is going in dog water, and we're gonna actually have to, you know, bring down how close we're looking at everything, since the dog water is already starting to get filled up when we just started. So definitely in dog water. Why would you use this? Just absolutely just terrible. Crocodile, I'll put this in brazy. I feel like Crocodile is still like I said earlier about Crocodile has my two favorite colors ever, yellow, purple. I'm not talking about in the game, I'm just talking about in real life. My two favorite colors is like black, white, yellow, maybe purple, maybe just, you know, that whole Laker vibe. But I feel like this deck can go right here. I honestly feel like this deck just hasn't been solved till this day. I feel like this is still a shiesty ass deck. Just being able to abuse all the brand new purple cards and also the yellow cards, this deck has just not been figured out yet. I'm waiting for somebody to crack this deck and have it be meta, but with OP09 in play with Blackbeard, you know, I think it might be a little too late for Crocodile to shine until Blackbeard gets put out the meta. Next deck we have here is Green Dofi. I feel like Green Dofi can go at the back of Brazy. It doesn't really do anything right now. It really does get a big boost in OP10. A lot of people are saying this actually will jump out of the Rogue/Jank tier list and actually be meta just because of all the brand new Dofi DQ cards that are coming into the game. Very shiesty ass deck, and one of the this deck is a fan favorite in my opinion. I feel like it's going to get really strong in OP10. Let me know below what you guys think of this Green Dofi. The green purple Dofi, big fan. Black and yellow Charlotte Lin. I'm gonna be real with you, we'll just put this in cold. I have never seen this deck be played at all, in my personal opinion, but I can't put it in dog water because it does have the yellow black combo. Just being able to abuse both of those colors is actually insane. Purple Kaido needs to be a skill pilot in order for you to play it correctly. This particular way this deck plays, I'm just a huge fan of it. I just think you need to be a very skilled pilot to play this deck, in my opinion. And I feel like this is one of the other decks that may have been undiscovered. And the fact that OP09 blessed us with a whole bunch of purple support, I feel like, you know, this is in the back. This deck is literally in the back waiting to be solved, but right now I think it's an A1. You guys are probably wondering, how come you guys don't have nothing in shice? I'm only going to put shice shit in shice, fact, not an opinion. Next deck we have right here is Blue Yellow Queen. I feel like Blue Yellow Queen could probably go, there is a Blue Yellow Queen top actually, so we could put this in A1 as well. Very good option if you guys don't want to play Blue Yellow Ace. In my personal opinion, I feel like Blue Yellow Ace has a higher ceiling. If you guys just like dropping big bodies and replenishing life, kind of like how Anel does, this is another form to, you know, play the yellow/blue type of decks. And on top of that, the main reason why this deck is so high is because of the blue side, just being able to have that crazy board removal. I'm sorry, board removal. The first deck that we're gonna have in shice is Perona. I feel like this is probably the best sleeper deck of all time. A lot of people are sleep on it, but since OP09 is around, if you do run into the Blackbeard, you pretty much turn off your whole entire deck. But excluding Blackbeard, Perona has a pretty decent matchup in everything else. I feel like this is our definitely best, I wouldn't say best shice, you know, deck that we have here, leader that we have here, but it's our very first. So Perona, if you guys do like playing Perona, I feel like it is the best out of all the cards or leaders we have currently shown on the screen right now. So for the next deck, we got Gecko Mori. I gotta keep it a stack of you guys. Gecko Moria could be an A1. There's actually been a rise of popularity with Gecko Moria in the 09 East at the tail end of the format. Currently, there's been a lot more people trying out this leader. I don't think it's shice. I don't think it can compare to like Perona in any other deck that we have up here. Because like I said, I want to dedicate this particular list for decks that have already topped or just shown themselves in the 09 meta. Gecko has not shown himself in the 09 meta. Gecko has shown himself as a local legend hero. Okay, so A1, just being able to rip cards from your opponent's hand with the Perona, the issue, and just with the leader ability. Very shice in my opinion. Next deck we have is Foxy. Now Foxy might be the best deck of shice in my personal opinion. Foxy was on a tear in the last Bandai event. I think it won like top 16 and top 8. I think it made the top 4. The main reason why Foxy is truly just so strong is just being able to freeze characters on the board. Okay, if you could just freeze characters such as the Blackbeard, any of the purple cards and purple Luffy, and the BY Luffy cards, just being able to just freeze and lock down the opponent really just stops a lot of the decks. It's mainly Lucci as well. So Vega, I'm about to call it Vega Pug. Foxy. So Foxy doing damage in the meta. This is one of the decks you can take in the 09 meta and do very well with if you are a skilled pilot. Next deck we have is Chopper. That shit is dog water. Now we actually have Vegapunk. Vegapunk, it was in shice. I was gonna put this in shice, but with the dominance of Blackbeard, this has to go in A1 in my personal opinion. It is probably, I feel like this might be even the top of A1, honestly. The only reason why a lot of people don't like playing this deck is just because you end up going in time. It has a damn near a good matchup into everything except for Blackbeard, okay? Main reason why is Blackbeard stops on play abilities. Majority of Vegapunk shit is on play. Very shicey ass deck. But if you don't see Blackbeard, you might have a good time. Just be wary if you might go into time while you're playing. Another good deck that's out there that has shown itself in the OPO 8.5 meta. I'll put it right here. I can't do that. I can't do that. Marco and A1. You know, I think in 09 it doesn't even have any tops at all. But like I said earlier, this is a skill check deck. Okay, if you guys do know what you're doing with this deck, you can really shine. If you don't, or if you mess up once, you're pretty much going to lose the deck. It doesn't have any tops, but I've always had hope in Marco. I've been telling you for the past 3 or 4 months that Marco was shicey. It just hasn't been unlocked. It just recently got unlocked with the latest tournament. It did end up topping 8. I think Eggman used this deck and topped with it. But I've been telling you guys for months that if you're a skilled pilot and you got the right build, you could definitely put in work. Next deck we have right here is the Red Sanji. Now, Red Sanji is a meta check, meta call. If Blackbeard is really, you know, taking over kind of like how RP Law is, and it's like 70-80% Blackbeard, this will rise out of shice and go into the other tier list that we initially had last week. This deck is literally only good against one deck, but that one deck is literally the best deck in the format. So if Blackbeard is really on top, so will Sanji be. Okay, Carrot. I mean, Carrot, we could put Carrot and Brazy. Like I said, Carrot kind of reminds me of Odin. You need to have a character on board to really have this ability work. I'm not really a big fan of that, being able to freeze one of those characters, but Carrot, I have to put it in Brazy, in my personal opinion. Pudding, we could put Pudding in A1. We have a lot of A1 decks. That's because a lot of these A1 decks were initially top tier decks in OPO 8. They literally just got moved down. Main reason why Pudding is not in shice is just because of Blackbeard. Blackbeard pretty much says you can't play this deck. I mean, you think Anel's bad? No. Blackbeard against this deck literally came and let Pudding play. I even got comments telling me, hey, what do I do against Blackbeard if I'm playing Pudding? Nothing. You just hope they brick. So that's the reason why we're putting this right here. And that goes the same with Calgera. Calgera goes right here, and I always put this at the top of Brazy. Calgera can go at the top of Brazy because everything is getting stronger with 09, whether it would be a purple card, red cards, or even possibly even green and yellow. Calgera is a very good budget deck. Now, this actually might be one of the best budget decks to play, actually, in my personal opinion. Very class kind of deck. You can even alt art this whole entire deck underneath $100. So this, if you guys are trying to play with a budget deck, this may be one of the best budget decks out there to use compared to all these other decks that we have featured on the channel already. Black Luffy, that shit is trash. This card right here is also trash. Odyssey. Red Green Law could probably go right here. It's in cold. Just being able to span the board with smaller bodies, but at the end of the day, why would you play this? You might as well play a red Zoro deck. You get what I'm saying? Kid can go right here. Kid actually has a couple showings in the OP09 meta just because of all the brand new purple and red support, and that just shows you how strong the purple and red support is of this set. You know what I'm saying? Majority of the support from this set is coming from Blackbeard, and the remainder is purple. Okay, and Kid can use both of them. That's the only reason why he isn't Brazy, just being able to attack at 8-9k, actually unmatched. Next card we have right here, a leader, is blue green Sanji Zoro. Definitely a different type of deck. I mean, like I said, none of this stuff is ordered, so I guess I could just leave this right here. It's a combo centric deck. You could pretty much just end games really quickly, but I think this deck is just like a glass cannon type of deck. Next deck we have right here is ÜTA. I feel like ÜTA is in Brazy. I don't see it being A1. There's no way it's A1 or size. I feel like ÜTA is definitely where it needs to be. Just being able to restand any type of character, film character, really size. Purple, blue Kaido. It can't be in dog water, so it has to be cold just because of the collar combo. I played against a couple of Shiesty 09 lists with this Kaido. I just feel like you need to have the proper build and just know the matchups and everything with this particular deck. We already did a lull, so this is going to go on the back. And if you guys haven't been able to tell, when I was making this tier list, I actually have a whole bunch of other decks that are pretty much the same, so we're just going to leave all of these right here. I forgot to take them out. That's my bad. Next deck we have right here is purple blue Croc, just like purple blue Kaido. As long as you use the purple and blue with how many good, you know, support cards there is, it has to go in cold in my personal opinion. Red black Sabo. I feel like red black Sabo is also in cold. I feel like this is an undiscovered leader. I'm a really big fan of this leader, just being able to protect any type of character on the field if you're getting attacked or getting destroyed. I'm sorry. I feel like this leader is just not discovered yet. I feel like this deck with the red black combo, a lot of people just haven't figured it out. I honestly feel like we're waiting for someone to crack the code to this red black Sabo deck. Okay, very shiesty deck in my opinion. And since we are talking about red black, we might as well feature this Garp. I just literally added this right now. Red black Garp goes with the same as red black Sabo. I feel like these two leaders need to be, you know, a little bit explored a little bit more. And since we're actually filling up this tier list, we have to bring this back out just a little bit so we can see everything. But yeah, red black Garp is in the same area as red black Sabo in my personal opinion. I feel like these two decks just have not been, you know, explored too much. I feel like somebody really needs to crack the code on these two, and mainly this deck right here. I feel like there's a lot of good opportunities this deck can really shine if the proper code was found. Arlong. Honestly, bro, I'm just not a fan of Arlong. It does work. Deck does work. I have to put this in cold. Just not a fan of it. Just abusing the trigger. I'm just not a fan of the Arlong. Ivankov, this shit is trash. Smoker shouldn't even really be on the list like that. So let's put this in the back. Lucci, black Lucci right here. Purple Shanks right here. Don Razonte. I'm gonna be real with you. This shit bees right here. This shit's trash. Arlong's trash. Issues trash. ÜTA. Look, I'm gonna have to put ÜTA probably in cold because a lot of people are saying that ÜTA is that sauce. I don't see the sauce, but for some reason, a lot of people in my last video said I'm sleeping on red, purple ÜTA. So since I'm, you know, since you guys probably know something I don't know, let's put this in cold. I haven't seen anything, but clearly people must know some shit about it. People are, you know, up in arms about it. Next deck we have right here is this Luffy. This shit is trash. This green kid is not good. This Sakazuki's not good. This King, I'll put King and Brazy in my personal opinion. I don't think King is good as any of these decks up here. I feel like King is definitely where it needs to be right here. I feel like King just needs more support, and this deck just being a 4-life leader is just really its biggest hindrance in my personal opinion. Next deck we have right here is Lin, Charlotte Lin. I could put this in cold. There's no way it's dog water in my personal opinion. Now blue yellow Ace, a lot of people has been raving about this deck. This deck has actually been topping in 09 currently in the past 2 or 3 weeks. A lot of people's been raging about blue yellow Ace. There's a huge skill gap on this deck. The fact that you can use all the broken yellow cards, mainly the broken blue cards with the board removal, and also dropping down that 12 drop Whitebeard from OP09, actually incredible. Just taxing every single one of the cards that hits the field. Yellow Yamato is trash. Black Luffy is falling off of a cliff, to be honest with you guys. I told you, ever since black is not really in the meta that requires you for some board removal, this deck will fall off the cliff. This is now in cold. Like I said earlier, if it's not a black dominated meta, this deck literally just falls off a cliff. And we literally talked about everything else. So this is pretty much the tier list. We could put all these other ones right here. We could put all these other ones right here. So this is the current tier list. Let's go ahead and... So if I had to make any changes, y'all, for our Shiest, Sanji, Foxy, Perona, that's fine. Let me see, is anything else need to be in Shiest that you could take into OP09 and really compete? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, absolutely nothing. So this is pretty much the proper tier list, y'all, for our rogue jank leaders out there, y'all. If I missed a deck, let me know. Okay, that's completely my fault if I missed the leader, but you know, I try to cover everything as much as I possibly can, but a majority of these leaders are dog water. I mean, when you look at all these leaders, they all look trash. They all look trash. But like I said, these leaders that you guys see right here, these are not really the leaders they're supposed to be here. Either they are featured them, they're not supposed to be here, such as Bello Betty. This is the rogue slash jank tier list. That's all I got. I've been here for 47 minutes recording. Now it's time for me to edit this, and that's all I got. But look, before I go, if you was feeling the vibe, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It all go.